This is going to be an unboxing of a brand that I've looked at for some time now, and I've finally got a pair of boots to take a look at. G'day, welcome back to Bootlosophy. My name is Tech, and I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which I'm filming, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. Now, I'm really pretty excited. I've been waiting for this pair of boots for a long time. This is from a brand out of Mexico called Unmarked. I think it's actually quite a little known brand, and yet I reached out to people in the boot world that I've got to know, and everybody who has heard of it, and even if they haven't tried it, have heard of the great reputation that this brand has, Unmarked. Now, I received this, there are two boots that I got, and I'm going to unbox one pair today and one pair next week. And when I got them, they came in a big delivery box, so I had to lift the shoe boxes out, and unfortunately I tore this one. But let me tell you a little bit about Unmarked. So the founder of Unmarked is a man called Hugo Fons, or Fonche, born in Querétaro and raised in León, Mexico. And in fact, he comes from a Chinese-Mexican family, so that's quite interesting. He says that he created Unmarked with a single goal in mind, which is to craft a contemporary shoe that embodies the importance of heritage and leaves a lasting experience. And I think the interesting thing when you take a look at these boots, which I've researched on the internet, is the different styles that they use to construct the boots, whether it's stitch down or Goodyear welt, and they kind of mix that kind of style of construction with some traditional Western boot, cowboy boot style construction, you know, brass nails and that sort of thing. So let's take a look. I took it out of the postage box. I opened the box, so I've had a peek look, but I haven't actually taken it out of the box yet. So the idea is that whatever I see, and I'm surprised that you will be too. So come on over and let's have a look. The shoe box itself is very plain cardboard, nice little thing to pull it out of a shipping box, I guess, if it was a single, but I received two boxes, two pairs, so the shipping box is quite high, which is why when this one was at the bottom, when I reached out and tried to pull it out, I tore that, unfortunately. But no labels, just brown cardboard, and the cover simply says Unmarked Handcrafted. And then it's got, inside this box, you will find the result of years of experience, premium materials, and a unique 200-step process. This product was built from scratch for you. Wear it, use it, and make it yours. So let's try and make it mine. As I said, I've had a sneak peek, but I haven't actually taken it out of the box. Now, I do like this tissue paper. It's branded Unmarked, of course, and it's got some really nice pictures of boots and pliers and all the tools that a boot maker will need. Second box, and there we go. Yes, I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet. I do like this. Now this pair is the where are we? Is the 23-24 collection Supernatural Veg Tan boots. Let's take this one out. So veg tan leather, gosh, that feels really nice. This reminds me of the veg tan boot that I got, which was the Happiness Carpenters collaboration with Fortis, and it has that slightly salmon pink, fresh, natural veg tan look to it. Crepe rubber sole, quite nice laces. I do like them. And they're already laced, so that's nice. Let's open this out a little bit. So immediately you can see, or I can feel, that these are actually thick leather, very Very pliable, but definitely sturdy. Let's just get rid of this piece of tissue that's in the toe box. Protect it during shipping. A little bit of creasing. Now, my understanding is that these are made to order. They take something like 5 to 10 days to make when you order them, and then they ship them out to you. Now, mine were seriously delayed because when they were made and about to be shipped to me, they actually pulled them back because they found a fault. Now, I have to tell you that these were given to me in order to review them. So I didn't buy these, just make that very clear to you. But I have no restrictions to what I say. So what I see is what you'll see. Now, these are $450 US. And you might say, well, made in Mexico at $450. But, you know, immediately I feel the weight of it. It's a heavy boot. The stitching and construction looks really nice. Pull tab. Let me pull the other one out and then we'll take a look at the boots generally. I mean, they've certainly been packed very nicely. Oh, this is stiff. This is going to require a little breaking in. And the smell, oh, when you bring it out of the plastic, the smell is just gorgeous. Super thick tongue, as you can see. It's lined. In fact, I think the whole boot is fully lined. Nice thick leather. Let me see what I can read of these. Ultimate balance between comfort, durability due to the nature of the materials, style and natural materials which will keep your feet happy. The uppers lining, insole, midsole, welt, shanks, heel counter and toe stiffener are all fully vegetable tanned leathers. So 100% natural materials basically. They pride themselves as a fair trade company aiming for sustainability. And I think it shows through that use of material. The feeling is good. Now, if you take a look at like the construction quality, I'll try not to get in my light. Look, you can see the stitching, the choice of leathers, the clicking or the cutting of the pattern. I just think this is a bit flawless, really. There is some marking, as you will get in natural veg tan. You know, just some oils on people's fingers, perhaps. And as soon as you wear these, this will start to darken and stipple and everything. Looks really lovely. I might insert here a picture of my other veg tan boots that came looking like this and what they look like now. Nicely mellowed. It is a Goodyear welt. As you can see, a 360-degree Goodyear welt. There's a very thick, I reckon that's a double midsole. And then there's a additional rubber midsole, I think, on which you then glue the crepe rubber. Normally what happens is they glue a piece of rubber underneath the midsole, stitch through it, and then glue the rubber sole on top of that because there's just better adhesion between rubber and rubber unless you stitch through it. But crepe rubber is not a great idea to stitch through because you will serrate and tear the plantation rubber. This is natural. Basically, this comes from the rubber tree. They chip it up, mix it with acids, pour it onto a flat plate, and then that's what forms the sole, the outsole. Oh, this is just beautiful, I think. The creasing is natural for a veg tan. You'll find that happens. It's also quite a dry leather. And it's not going to need, I don't think, a lot of conditioning initially until it starts to dry out a little bit more. And then what conditioning I will have to research, and I'll let you know when I do the full review of this. Take a look at the other boot. You know, a little bit of issue there, I think. Not that you'd notice it when you're wearing it. A little bit of darkness. But otherwise, I mean, look at the intensity and the consistency of that stitching on the quarter. Look at how close that stitching goes to the edge. Extremely even, I think. And if you look at the stitching on the Goodyear welt, I understand that's actually hand stitched, and you can see that that's not a machine. It's very even. Also, I do believe that this is a carved Goodyear welt on the inside. What happens there is, instead of gluing a cotton strip called the gemming onto the insole and then using that gemming to stitch the uppers through to the insole and to the welt, what they do is they carve a flap on the inside of the leather insole and use that flap as the as to where you join and stitch the turned in uppers and the insole and the welt. And then on the outside they hand stitch this through the welt. That's a fairly thick double layer of leather and then the rubber to hand stitch through, and yet maintain such evenness. The finish on the edges, smooth. It's veg tan leather, so you will see this grainy effect. Really nice. All right, I'll get them on feet and then we'll sum up, and I'll bring you the a full review later on in the year. And don't forget, I'll put a link to their website so you can have a look at this. Beautiful boot. Okay, let's put the foot in. Oh, that's a lovely squish when you put them in. Perfect size. I was asked to go true to size, which I did, and I think that's a perfect size. The length is right. My toe is just about there. The width, I think this is a D/E. You don't get a you don't get a width choice, but it's kind of D/E last. The width is good for me. A little bit snug on the outside knuckle there, which often happens with my boots, but veg tan should start to stretch a little bit, a few millimeters, and that's all I need. I hope you can hear that lovely squish. They do have a pull tab, but I find that, you saw me put it in, not really necessary. Now, like all eyelet boots, this is going to take me a little while to put the laces through the eyelets, so bear with me. And let this be a lesson that we're all mortal, even YouTube creators, and we all have to lace up our boots. Look, I'm not going to do the last one. I just want to get these on. And I'm not tightening them, I'm not cinching them by that much. Gosh, these laces are heavily waxed. They're stiff as anything. And possibly a little short, but that, once I cinch them up properly, I'll tell. Feels good. Let's do a better job on this foot, cinching up the laces. And then we can really see if what I suspect is right, and that the laces are a tad short. Yeah, I think they are, but maybe as the wax starts to wear off, they'll be a little bit more flexible. So there you go. I'll just turn up my jeans so that you can see the top of the boots. The fit is excellent. It is stiff. I'm trying to flex my ankle and I'm finding it hard, but you saw this is a really super thick leather. Standing up is very comfortable. As the metatarsals spread out when you stand up, often that's when I feel a pinch in the ball of my foot. I don't so much here. So the last, I think, is forgiving, but also pretty good for me. The bending, ooh, there's going to be a bit of braking involved. The bending is stiff at the moment because of that thickness of the leather midsole. The rubber itself is obviously elastic, but that leather is going to need some breaking in. And as I do this, my heel lifts a little bit, which is what you'd expect. So, immediate impression. The fit is really, really good. So this is a really good last for my feet. Very stiff in the ball of the foot, very stiff in the ankle, which can be a good thing because it's protective. And it's going to need quite a bit of break-in, I think. But, you know, I've done it before. The comfort underfoot is really good because of that squishy rubber. But also you feel quite solid. This is very work boot feeling. I mean, as you know, the crepe rubber has its advantages and disadvantages because it's going to pick up a lot of dirt, but it's very comfortable and it's very grippy in dry or semi-dry conditions. If it's really wet and you've worn it out a lot, it could be a little bit slippery, but you just have to be a bit careful. All right, very nice. So let's wrap it up. So there you go. I'm very impressed by my first taste of a pair of boots from Unmarked. It is a brand that I've heard of and heard good things about, and I wanted to try. They're not cheap for Australia because this one, for example, is $450 US. However, I have to say, I think this is worth it, in my mind. We'll see when I wear it, and after I've worn it for a while, as usual, I will bring you a full review. But the handling of this boot, its solidity, what I see about the construction and the evenness of the clicking and the actual stitching, the materials used, I am very, very impressed. This Natural Veg Tan Supernatural boot is actually part of their Autumn-Winter 24-25 collection. So this is new to their range. But if you go and take a look at the website, which I'll leave a link down below, they have a wide variety of different styles, from Western cowboy boots through to service boots, which is the one that I'm going to review next, their DB Hunter boots. So I'll review that next week. But there you go. I will try and put these on and break them in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully wear them, you know, quite a lot with my rapid rotation happening. Try and really wear these in, get them to mellow out, and then I'll bring you a review after I've given them a fair chance to break in and tell you how I think about that when I've done that. So remember to like and subscribe. That'll really help my channel. And make sure that you come back next week to see the sister boot that I'm going to unbox. And I'll see you then.